Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the Wong Mindset. So in this one, I'm taking a look at why does Japan work so hard? And I'll leave a link to this one in the description. But when I think of Japan and people working hard, it's those office workers, right? These guys that are stuck working crazy hours and just stuck at this job forever until they die, basically. So to me, when I hear that, it's at the end of the day, it's still just a job. You're just out here working for someone else. Crazy hours, messing up your whole family life, time with your friends, and your own time. It's all messed up. And to me, that's not worth it. You really don't have a game plan. It's just you're working a job like a drone every day, right? Maybe if it's your own business, I would understand. You're working at a business, you're building something up, and you have a vision, you have a goal, like you have an exit strategy, you know where you're trying to go. Then I understand you can work hard, but at the end of the day, I think there needs to be balance. You cannot be just working like crazy at a job no matter what.
Working long hours is a way of life in Japan, so much so that some occasionally die from it. Karoshi is a term that means death by overwork. So why are people working so hard, and can it be fixed?
Till you die? That's definitely not worth it. I don't care if you're trying to get to like the CEO spot but death, that's not worth death.
Japan has some of the longest working hours in the world. Nearly a quarter of Japanese companies have their employees work more than 80 hours of overtime per month. Those extra hours are often unpaid. Today, Japan...
Hell no. 80 hours unpaid? I'm hearing stuff that it's like, hell no. Why? See, when you're stuck in a spot where employers could just pressure you, like, hey, you don't do it, someone else gonna do it, or someone else gonna get that spot. So you already know you're stuck in their game. That's when you need to be thinking of ways to get out of the game.
Corporate culture is driven by the so-called salaryman.
The salaryman is defined by his loyalty to his company
And expected to spend his entire career working for the same firm.
not only
Loyalty? No, it sounds good, right? They get you psychologically, like you're loyal to this company, you're helping the company grow, you got the right mindset for this company, right? And that'll get you places, right? I understand that'll get you places, but what loyalty do they have? At any time you're done, you're out, for whatever reason. We need to save money. It's a business, right? We need to save money. We need to cut expenses. Our company is not doing so well. It's a pandemic recession out here. You're gone. And where's the loyalty? There's no loyalty. It's business. But they trick you into thinking, hey, you got to be loyal to the company. In Japan, to stay with the same company forever. So what if you want to make a move? I switch things up. I want to go somewhere like that. Is that not going to work?
does he work long hours in the office, but it's also assumed he'll participate in after-work activities too, like drinking with colleagues.
That's
And
okay.
they're not taking enough time off. In 2017, one survey found that despite being entitled to 20 days off per year, Japanese workers left 10 of those days unused, topping every other country in the survey. You don't have to be in the confines of corporate walls to feel the impact of its work culture.
That's just bad culture then, bad work culture. Then if you're encouraging people to work overtime unpaid, participate in everything, even after hours. Well, drinking's okay though. I mean, I think happy hour, that's probably their only outlet. But then to not use your PTO, what else are they doing in here? That's gonna lead to people getting burnt out and yes, dying out here.
Inside Japan's corporations, the culture emphasizes the success of a company as a whole to be more important than any single individual, which might explain why one study found that 63% of Japanese felt guilty for taking paid leave. But perhaps more concerning is this: long work hours don't necessarily mean high productivity. In fact, Japan has the lowest productivity amongst the
Dude, what the heck? Yeah, exactly. If you're working crazy long hours does not mean you're more productive. You're stuck there maybe for if you're past business hours, who are you sending emails to? What are you doing? Are you working on, are you developing something? If you're just in the office doing normal office work and everybody else is at home sleeping, what can you even do? Because it's killing everybody. When your culture is like that and everybody's expected to do this stuff, you're stuck in this vicious cycle trying to do what? It's just a waste of time.
Earlier I mentioned the term karoshi. It means death by overwork. It's legally recognized by the government and usually is marked by a heart attack, stroke, or suicide due to stress. There's hundreds of cases of karoshi reported annually, although some argue these cases are underreported and that the real number could exceed that by up to 10 times.
Dude, if you're causing your people to get heart attacks, stressed out to the point where they think of suicide, damn, dude, they should have rethought this a while ago. This is probably ingrained so deep because you're causing people to die, get stressed out, mess up the culture, mess up the family. No wonder the birth rate is super low. I heard Japan is like super low birth rate, and they're like, hey, they want people to, they're trying to incentivize people to get together and have kids. But if work is like this, then what do you expect?
Employee of the advertising firm Dentsu jumped to her death in 2015. The cause was said to have been depression caused by overwork.
The case generated widespread attention and renewed calls to change the long working hours and illegal unpaid overtime, highly common in Japan.
The firm was fined for violating labor standards because she was reportedly forced to work more than 100 hours of overtime per month.
The company's CEO even resigned over the controversy.
After the death, Dentsu made some changes within the company. One of them, the lights in the office now turn off at 10 p.m. every night in an effort to force employees to leave.
Turn off the lights at 10 p.m. so guys can still stay there till 9 something? Maybe that's a start. I think maybe they left the lights on all night. How people put on all-nighters?
Both the government and companies are now actively trying to reduce the number of working hours here.
And there are some early signs of hope. Japan's government has considered several initiatives to curb the number of hours spent at the office, including making it mandatory to take at least 5 vacation days a year, and requiring a rest period between the end of one day and the start of another. In 2016, a new holiday, Mountain Day, was started, bringing Japan's number of annual public holidays to 16. And in 2017, the government launched an initiative called Premium Fridays, in which it encouraged companies to allow their employees to leave at 3 p.m. on the last Friday of the month, promoting consumer spending and less time in the office.
Hey, these are some good ideas. Because at least the first one with the festivals, Japan, I miss Japan and those festivals. They're amazing. So more festivals, more holidays, that helps. And then these Fridays are good. People should be coming out early to jump on happy hour,
But one study found that less than 4% of employees in Japan actually left early on the first Premium Friday, which is why, despite these initiatives, a cultural challenge still.
They didn't change anything. That's true. If the freaking your boss and the whole culture and it's so ingrained to not do that stuff, is not going to help.
Its population is aging fast and its birth rate is in decline. That means its total population is going down.
And in the next 50 years, it's projected to shrink by nearly a third. The population is expected to go from 127 million in 2015 to just 88 million by 2065. There's 2 likely ways that a nation can compensate for the labor shortage: immigrants or robots. Japan has always been less inclined to accept immigrants. In fact, its percentage of foreign workers is tiny compared to other nations of large economies. So without more immigrants, it's looking to robotics to fill in the gap. Its robotics industry has spanned from hospitality to manufacturing, and now even reaching farms by creating robots that milk cows. But whether technology could open the door for a better work-life balance for Japan's workforce still remains to be seen.
Hell no. They need to change the culture. I think they made a big push in the US and a lot of these corporations like to think about the individual, right? And all these surveys, these Gallup surveys, these things that they would, try to at least show that they are thinking about the employee, how happy the employee is, and things that will help the employee think, for themselves and improve their morale personally. It is not just about the company. If they can figure out how to work that into the Japanese culture, that's necessary. And then immigration, that's a big piece. Because I heard it's hard to immigrate to Japan. Like you can get there, try to work for a little bit, and then you can't stay. Like most likely you can't stay, or it's just tough. So they need to work that out. Because robots, but that's not going to replace people. different perspectives, different people from different backgrounds. That's why the US and, you know, Silicon Valley technology is so great. Like, you have all these different personalities from all over the world coming here, getting together, and then just innovating, building stuff that is so nice. That's what they're probably missing. They need more of that. And they don't change the culture, and people are stressed out, not having babies, and the birth rate, everything's going down. It's just all downhill. So to me, it goes back. I think that people need to think for themselves in general. You know, when you work at a job that's killing you, it's not worth it. You need to be thinking about what is your game plan, right? Are you going to work at this place forever until they fire you? And especially in Japan, if it's all about loyalty and you can't get into another company because now you're older, you spend all this time at some other company, then you're super screwed, right? So you should already be thinking about stuff way ahead of time. So for me, always I go back to that I started to think about other streams of income, multiple streams, passive streams, things that will cushion you if you get cut. So things like real estate, stocks, things with dividends, or a business, just anything else on the side that you can just start off and build something up that will just give you a better chance out there. So that really helps your whole psychology, your whole mentality. If you know you have something on the side, that you're not worried if people cut you or how people look at you at the company because you left early, and like, who cares? As long as you get your stuff done, right? You perform, you do really well, you're engaged, you're in there helping the company out. That's great already. And on the side, you need to have something else just to give you a chance out there. So that's all I got for this one. Let me know what you think about this, you know, about working so hard and about jobs in general. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.